Well, hello again. Another vlog, another Scotch Corner car park. It's fine weather. It's a fine Valentine's Day, in fact, in February, which is when it normally occurs. And what better way to spend it than being alone, sitting in a car park, having just finished a Greg's roast chicken bake. But yeah, I'm feeling slightly trepidatious about this one. Whoa, that is down. That's down to my shins. A pretty clear-cut path now. It wasn't earlier when I was crawling up to my waist in snow. That's why I've purchased what looks like kind of bondage weaponry. These are actually slip-on micro spikes for the old feet. Okay. It's going to be lovely for the next few hours, and then the cloud is going to roll in and there's going to be overnight snow, which should stop before sunup, but we'll see. I'm anticipating more of a survival this time than ever before. But it's okay. I'm going to make it. I feel prepared for it. You need to be prepared for it. I wasn't prepared for it. My tent, however, is not a four-season tent. That's the only thing. So we'll see how that fares. I was trying to put that up and it was just slowly filling up with snow. I need to pick a spot wisely. This looks as good a place as any for the night. Which means I need to get there as soon as possible. So let's get this show on the road. I'm going to plug in the GoPro as soon as those gleaming white hills become visible. I'll share that with you. Thank you if you're watching this and you've watched my previous videos. Means a lot. But I'm going to zip it and hit the dang road. Right. Peace. Okay, here we are. All around me I'm encircled by snowy hills. Apart from that one. It's 3:30 already. There was a crash on the A1M, so about half an hour later than I would have wanted, at least. And I also took an a last-minute stop to go outdoors to purchase some micro spikes. Priority is get up there, assess the scene, and pitch up because it'll be dark in a couple of hours. I am roasting. I've got my coat on already, fleece, t-shirt, thermal vest, these kind of weather waterproof trousers. I've got some sealskin waterproof socks from my Deliveroo riding days. And yeah, these micro spikes for when things get quite icy, I'm guessing, up there. Okay, this looks like the point of deviation from the main path. As you can see, those mountains up there, the tops are just in the clouds, aren't they? So who knows what that's going to be like once I get up there. I'll probably have to take these flippies off, but maybe they'll help for, I don't know, snow blindness that can occur on Everest and K2. Yeah, hopefully I don't get crag fast. And yeah, I'm huffing because once again I've been a bit poorly, just kind of getting over a cold, which was the same case in the previous video. I think it's working in schools, that's what it is. Constant exposure to germs, first can type thing. It's pretty cool. And look at that line. I guess the reason that's not snow covered is that it doesn't quite reach that line, but it's pretty straight going all the way along. I'm sure there's some kind of geological explanation for that. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Hope you're either with someone that you love, or doing something that you love, or doing someone that you love. Ooh, cheeky. Wow. Okay, I've reached the snow level now. Oh gosh, it's quite a steep ascent there. I think that's the majority of it done. Now it's a reasonably flat, steady incline. Whoa. Yeah, I reckon whatever the situation up there, I'm going to have to clear some snow. Hopefully I brought my poo trowel, because I was thinking, yeah, I might need to excavate some holes for the tent, but I might just need to excavate a space for the tent in amongst all this snow. So we'll see. So glad I've got that stove now. I mean, it came in clutch in, this is all ice, it came in clutch in October, so in a cold, frosty Feb, that's gonna be even clutcher till they end up in that. God help me. Much more wintry now. I've already had one instance of deviation from the path and just ending up in a large patch of white, so must be wary of that. Super vigilant on the path, because I've managed to come a cropper before in the middle of summer, but there's dangers, especially right at the top where there are crags. Another thing to be wary of, I guess, is frozen surfaces of bogs, because I know firsthand that you can plop yourself into a bog. I have completely fallen in a bog, like waist height, with all the best intentions. Like this thing here, you don't really know how deep that is. Obviously this is tiny. That's actually reassuringly frozen solid, more or less. So sugar. So yeah, not too bad. Another thing that's reassuring is that the GoPro hasn't cut out, so the Enduro is doing its thing. So I'm feeling good, feeling optimistic, feeling warm. Normally I would have a bag for life, because I still haven't got a bigger rucksack. So, oh, here's one. Frozen bog. So I decided that because I don't know what the conditions are like, I can't be swinging a bag for life with one arm and holding a GoPro in the other. I need at least one decent hand and the other one able to grip. So left that just so that I can have as much dexterity, flexterity as possible. Right, gonna pop the GoPro away for this section and see you at the top. Right, out comes the chainmail, because that section would have been much easier with these grippies on. Spikes attached, merrills on, seal skins on. You can feel the grip already. Wow. Yeah, this is the most kitted out I feel so far, but it's absolutely necessary in conditions like this. Ooh. Lucozade Energy Cherry, hello. Very nice. Do love you some cherry. Okay, as I traverse this fishy coloured little mini lake. That's the teeny tarn. The views are really opening up that way, but they are closing in this direction, which is where I'm going. Gloves are on now, so that's everything I've got available. I've got another waterproof coat in my bag, just for an extra layer. I mean, that's not got any warmth to it, it's just to bounce off the rain, because this isn't really waterproof. And yeah, heading up and over into that. You can see the wind whipping the tarn. Incredible. So, proper ridge walking now. Down that side. Don't know what you've even got. And I'm heading up there. Probably shouldn't come right at the top here, probably not entirely necessary, but there's a well-defined path-ish that I've just stumbled onto, so that's good. Yeah, look, really steep, deep snow, look. That's probably whatever my, hang on, I use my old-fashioned ruler. Okay, I'll measure that when I get back. Woo! Exciting! Wild deer down there. I'm just going to casually walk up. And that was the signal to Scarpa. Amazing! Up here, all the way up here, a family of deer. Oh, my heart leapt when they doth appear. Ooh. Right, look at that. I've seen more enticing prospects, not gonna lie. Well, I'm down by a teeny tarn here, and this is it. This is the moment where I leave decent visibility behind. You see what I mean? I'm just absent-mindedly shelfing. That's going to be a little leap. Nicest snowdrift so far. Just beautifully sculpted, contoured. Nice. Right. I'm not going to be stopping to film too much for obvious reasons, because you can't see much, but yeah, it's definitely feeling mountaineering now. Oh, this is nice. Look, views pretty much disappeared. They will do when I'm up there, and just going to conserve battery, keep it warm in my pocket. I don't mind pitching up after sunset. I mean, visibility is going to be pretty poor anyway. It's not like I'm relying on sunlight. Well, I am, but not directly. Yeah, absolutely glad I got the micro spikes now, because I'd be slipping and sliding all over the place without them. So yeah, great purchase. I mean, I'm roasting because of the thermals. I think this is the steepest section, and once I get to the top of there, it levels out slowly but surely. I don't know what the reasoning is for it. What? I don't know what the reason for it is, but listen, it's much calmer up here than it was below the cloud. I guess you're kind of insulated from the winds or something. But yeah, it was really whipping, as you saw. back down there. But now I've actually headed up. I mean, I feel self-conscious talking, punctuating the silence, although a bit of wind picked up now. But I also just punched a fist in the snow, not out of frustration, but just to see how deep it was, and it went all the way up to beyond my wrist. So drifts are getting deeper. Starting to feel very eerie indeed, very close. And can't see anything now down there. These bits of snow look really tough. That's gone all the way down to there. So yeah, need to watch out for them. Got to be close. A dog meat patch. Got to be close. I can't be bothered to check my phone because at least navigation wise it's dead easy. It's just one path up. So, you know, there's no point looking at my phone because it's just going to say you're not there yet. So I just got to press on. I'm feeling pretty tired. I'd quite like to have a bit of a rest. Just at some crags now. But I think I'm going to push on. Save it for the summit. Find a bit of shelter up there, if there is any. Okay, we're in two-hand. Okay, we're playing up there. Two-hand climbing territory now. That was. So, yeah, definitely climby. I don't want to potentially knacker myself. Oh, that's nice. But I feel like I'm close, so I don't want to lose the momentum and sit getting chilly. Oh. So yeah, gonna press on. Can't be long now. Okay, there's a lot of wintry mix, as iOS has started to call it up here. Not properly snowing or anything. Just had a brief pause to consult the map. It's 5:15 now. Sunset's around 5:30. It doesn't make much difference. It's probably going to be like blue hour for a while. Oh yeah, I can see something peeping out of the mist. So yeah, 15 minutes to the summit, and I think I just need to make shelter. Stuff walking another 40 minutes and then try to find a good camp. What I can do is not fall into that snow. I can just walk along, go kind of northy, turn right at the top and just head along until there's somewhere that looks quite suitable for camping. I mean, what was I thinking with the tripod? As if I was going to get, you know, I was imagining I was going to get some lovely time lapse of me setting up the tent with the clouds, the snow clouds looming in, but that's assuming you've got visibility. Look at these blobby ice formations. There'll be a term for these. But yeah, certainly wintry. So tired, so unfit. Just as I finished filming that, I rounded on the flat. So, climbing done. I'm now on the straight and narrow. And yeah, ready to slap that trig point, to slap that summit. And through the wintry mix, I peep, I spy a summit trig point. Oh, well, that was quite intense. Quite an intense blast of exercise, and obviously not totally clement conditions. But here we are. Got a lovely little door This monument forms part of the Ordnance Survey National GPS network. So your standard trig point business. So let's see. I can't read it. It looks like a little TARDIS door, a little policeman door. Boom. Okay. Now I think my original plan was to head off in that direction. Obviously, it's looking pretty dodgy right now because you can't see anything. But I'm going to consult my map and head off towards those other peaks. So, keeping this wall on my right, I should have a 30-minute walk to a spot that that bloke was talking about. My original plan was, yeah, to just head over, because those three are so close to each other that, so yeah, I was just planning to plonk myself somewhere over there and then I could bag them. I mean, I was sort of imagining bagging them before pitching up, or pitching up and bagging. That would be a nice little recess for a tent. And now that it's flat, I've done the climbing, the path. As long as I stick close to this fell wall, I can't really go wrong. Despite the almost complete lack of visibility. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not like the blizzard is right on me. There is no blizzard. I'm just in a wintry mix. Didn't even stop for a... didn't even stop for a snack, because I just want to press on. But because it's not particularly tiring now. It's feeling slightly sketched now, because I'm heading down. Yeah, we'll see. As long as I'm still on what looks like a decent path, I'll be great. It's just because the snow and sleet, because of the wintry mix, it can be easy to miss it, I guess. I mean, it is eerie o'clock right now. So weird. It's kind of nice, you can see that bit at least. So probably about 10-15 away from that. And then that'll be me, I think. Just find a nice spot. I've come down, so I'm a bit wary that when the snow comes later, which will then turn to rain, that it doesn't run off and form a mini stream in my tent. So, it's kind of cleared up a bit down there, ever so slightly. So that's another thing down there. I'll have to be more precise in a bit. Oh my god, this is getting so creepy. Visibility is improving, but it's having the opposite effect of being, instead of being reassuring, it's actually freaking me out. Because you're almost safer when you're fully ensconced in a wintry mix, but that is proper spooky up ahead. Well, I've deviated from the path slightly because down there it's too snowdrifty. I can kind of see the front veering off to the left. That's where I need to be, so I need to go there really. And I think this is... Whoa! That is down! That is down to my shins. Mid-shin. Goodness me. I'm going to have to crack the head towards that soon, I think. But back on proper terra firma. I believe I follow this. And then it goes to the left. But yeah, we're very close to complete darkness, so I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to put the GoPro away. Get my head torch out, I think. nicer, like straight away it's calmer. I might consult the map and see if there's much to be said for going further down that way. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to get the head torch out now. Well, it's dark now, as you can see, and I found a kind of fairly nice hollow bit. Yeah, this looks as good a place as any for the night. It's kind of shielded from the west, so here we go. Directions. Okay, an update now that I'm not panicking so much. Basically, a blizzard rolled in much earlier than I anticipated. There was forecast snow for I've got to keep that wall to the right of me. It was forecast snow at like 1 in the morning, but just as I tried to pitch up somewhere, a huge snowstorm blew in. I just could not get the tent up, so I'm calling it. I managed to just it was just a nightmare. So yeah, I was really worried for a second. I was thinking, oh god, am I just gonna have to bed down in what I've got, just like a coffin basically. But I've just I just thought, no, I can't stay up here. Moving is going to keep me warm. It's a pretty clear-cut path now. It wasn't earlier when I was crawling up to my waist in snow because a huge drift just came in. I don't know what it is about up there, but anyway, it's nicer down here now. It's calmer. I've just got to navigate. There's a distant town over there. I've just got to navigate away, and I'm pretty sure this is. I think I just lost a chess game because I didn't play my moves in time. But I'm sorry, whoever it is. I do have bigger fish to fry. I think this is where I go the other side of the wall. Yes. Okay, so I'm crossing the wall. Oh my god. Well, just goes to show, I guess, if it's not feeling good, do something about it while you still can. Make action. I've still got my snowy clip-ons. I mean, the snow is really deep in parts here, look. So it's not going to be easy, but it's already nicer down here. Yeah. I should have left earlier, should have arrived earlier. It's going to be late before I get back to the car, but at least I'll be in one piece instead of shivering potentially to death on the top of these hills. Yeah, obviously I didn't film when it was really going tits up for obvious reasons, because I was panicking. Well, not panicking, but just, yeah, the situation was slowly getting worse and worse. Parts of me are really snowy, so I can't get my gloves on. But my hands feel warm. I'm wearing loads of layers. I'm heading up the hill now to High Street. So yeah, just need to step on it in a safe manner before the snow really comes in. But that's not until 5 or so hours. But it goes to show anything can happen up here, and you need to be prepared for it. I wasn't prepared for it, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it. Paused for an energy gel, half a grenade protein bar, a satsuma, I think it was an easy peeler actually, and an apple. Right now I have to value making the right choice, and being alive and not freezing my arse off. I'm also going to value like every 100 feet I descend, the weather's going to be more favourable. There'll be some breezy bits probably, like this bit is quite exposed. See? But that might be down there. Yeah, I'm not going to do this for too long because I still need to check I'm going in the right direction. Yeah, I'm going to do that now actually. I think this will be it down here. One good thing about this situation is that, well, not good, but what's useful is that I'm drawing on like scores of mountain climbs, not like full mountain climbs, but fell walking, and my path sense is pretty good now. I can kind of, you can see where your body is just instinctively following, you know, like the little dips and whatnot. And right, seems like a fork here, so I'm going to consult the map. Now, I didn't come up this way, so it's kind of new to me, but it's essentially a straight line. I wish I could increase the brightness of my fork so you can see more, but me, it lasting is the priority. Jesus. At least the path is pretty well defined, but freaking heck. Oh, when it whips up, it's horrible. Earlier, I completely went up to my waist in a snowdrift. And thankfully, I don't know why, but this path looks really well worn. Like, that was really easy to see, wasn't it? It's almost like people came down here not too long ago. Thank golly for them. Right. Oh. Okay. That was the first slip of the whole evening, to be fair, which, oh, I suppose at least I was filming that, something. Oh my god. I thought it would be getting clementer and clementer the more down I went, but it's kind of just the same. Brutal. Yeah, oh my god. Well, so glad to be off that. Most deaf. I wish I'd brought a beer now for the celebratory toast to my health. Back in the polo, where I'm just gonna have to bed down and try and get as good a sleep as a 6'2" man can in a Volkswagen Polo. Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, what an absolute, it's just a nightmare. That was a nightmare situation. Truly. And maybe I should have pitched up as soon as I got to the top. I guess I wasn't expecting that brief blizzard to come battering through, which it did. So yeah, this should be the path down to Bleed Water. Probably about an hour or an hour and a half to go now, maybe. I could even have a hot meal. So that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear that? That's the beautiful sound of water swishing about. flip. I mean, the hike's not over, but I'm down. It's very, and I can't see it, but it feels good to have the mountain at the back of me. Just check I'm not intruding on any lovers' camps here for Valentine's Day. Also need to just not head straight for the town. Make sure I know where I'm going. But yeah, what a relief. I wish I could see it because this would be spectacular. Maybe in the morning I'll head back up. Right, where am I going? I seem to have created a kind of, it's hard to show, pom-pom look. A boot pom-pom. I think there's a big, massive bit of ice. Oh yeah. Oh. Wonder why ice is attracted to laces. Thought of the day. Just checking the collateral damage now. I mean, look, this, where is it? There's a gigantic chunk of ice somewhere in this. Oh yeah. And a massive one here as well. Camera's fine, that's why I took all this stuff out, just to check that it wasn't like, the ice wasn't melting on the camera or anything. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. I mean, by comparison, it feels tropical down here. My whole body is aching, god damn. That was some heavy stuff. There's bits, I mean, yeah, that was the worst part, was like, the, you know, you have to do the inner before the outer of a tent. And I was trying to put that up and it was just slowly filling up with snow, which was basically ice. So absolute nightmare. I mean, yeah, I did consider, like I say, did consider just lying in it, but I couldn't even, it'd be no good lying in the inner because I'd be completely exposed to the elements, and I couldn't get the outer like pinned down, pegged down well enough, because the whole thing kept moving. There was like, so I'd have to rearrange it, but there'd still be one bit that I'd pegged down successfully. Do you know? So it was just an absolute mare. I was thinking, God, it's a mountain rescue situation, isn't it? But then you don't want to waste the resources, and I knew that I could get back, you know? If I decided to just stay on there, it would have ended up as a mountain rescue situation, because I did bring a survival blanket with me, so I could have just found a little nook beneath the snow, beneath a wall of snow, wrap myself in a survival blanket, but that, you know, that's no way to live. So yeah, pushed through. Definitely the sketchiest situation I think I've had in my life. Okay, I'm gonna stop waffling. I'm just enjoying. Could have camped here. This is what I was imagining, like cold and maybe a bit of snow, but manageable, not like horrendous. I knew it was getting bad because, you know, ice was forming on my glasses, so I was starting to struggle to see. It was then getting in my eyes. I had to take my, you know, my gloves were off because I thought I need to be nimble enough to do this tent, otherwise it's never going up. So my hands started to get freezing. Yeah, I then couldn't, my phone was so kind of wet that, you know, the screen became non-responsive. So I was thinking, How the flip am I gonna navigate back? Fortunately, it's just that wall. It's just that stone wall up there. But there's some really deep snow up there. There's some crazy drifts. Like, yeah. Well, at least 4 foot, 3 to 4 feet. There'll be loads more as the night goes on, and overnight when the snow falls proper. Although if that wasn't snow up there, I don't know what is. Just when I thought it was over, we get this incredibly boggy environment. The paths are a bit weird as well. Well, they're not visible paths, they're just routes up, and they're incredibly just incredibly boggy and wet. I think this is it. This is I'm gonna have to oh god, it's one of them where I'm just gonna have to stare at my phone. This looks good. Oh god, yeah. Thank you. Okay, forget about it. No more snow. I've even got my gloves off. My hands feel warm. There was a moment up there where I knew I needed to get my gloves on because I was starting to not be able to move my hands very easily, but I couldn't get them on, so I just had to sort of prioritize, you know, stop them being exposed, and took them into my pockets and just, you know, put the gloves on later, try and get the gloves on later, which I did manage. Keep going through cycles, like those gloves actually, this isn't interesting. Incredible scenes. So I'm about to link up with the path that I took to go up. Honestly, that whole bit was so boggy and marshy. It was horrible, but probably easier than coming back down rough crag again and be, you know, having to climb down. But my knees are not thanking me. Oh. Come on, where is it? There it is. Let me just go full beam. I mean, this essentially means I'm back down. Oh god. Infrastructure, bridge, gates. Oh, but yeah, sweet gates, the gates. I mean, it's a phrase I've said before, but it bears repeating, and it's never been more true than it is now. Boy, am I glad to see that dirty polo. Oh, goodness me. Well, I'm back in the trusty polo and I'm driving back to Knots. I'm kind of too wired to sleep in the car, and I wouldn't be able to sleep in the car anyway, even if I was fully goosed. I mean, I'm goosed, but yeah, like I say, I'm kind of wired. So I leave with my tail between my legs somewhat, but also my head held high. I survived. I came down. I made the right choices. That's important. I'd be covered in snow if I just lay in that thing. I've come down. That's the important thing. I've got a Red Bull. I've taken my trousers off, so I'm just wearing my thermals. Surprisingly comfortable. I look weird, but no one can see me. The heating's on in the car. So kind of a disaster, but also a humbling experience. A you know, a lesson, a life lesson, a camping lesson, and I'm the better for it, you know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, but I did get to see some deer, some free-range deer, just, you know, cantering about, frolicking, gambolling on rough crag. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So until next time, when it's a bit warmer. Peace.